Hey everyone, so today we're going to do day 2 of our science experiment. You should have your chart from yesterday.
Today we'll be using this chart, which helps us to make a claim when we're doing research to try to prove it.
So the very first thing it asks is, what is my research question? And of course, our question was, what happens to gummy bears in different liquids? So a claim means that you're making a guess. And my guess is that gummy bears in water will get bigger. Does that mean my answer is correct? No. But that's my guess. Now I want you to pick a different liquid other than water, and I want you to guess what you think is going to happen with it. Once you are done with that claim, I want you to come back to the video and watch the second half to see what happens. And with this chart, we're going to check out what our gummy bears look like. Now, this is going to be a little bit messy because they've been in liquid. So if you are doing it around things, make sure it's not by your computer as you're doing this, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and get my supplies ready. Okay, so our first liquid is water, and I went in and put a piece of paper under this so I don't get everything wet. And here's our first gummy bear. Oh my goodness, he is hard to catch. Oh, and he broke apart. I'm going to push him back together. And so if you remember yesterday, he was 2 centimeters. Here he is today. Oh, he is way bigger, isn't he? He's 4.5 centimeters. So that's our water one. So on our paper, we're going to write 4.5 centimeters, okay? And he had started out orange, but if you've looked at him, he was no longer orange. He was almost white. So I'm gonna put clear because he was almost clear. And he was very big and squishy, so I'm gonna make him very large and squishy, okay? He didn't really have much of a shape left to him. Here's our saltwater one. Now remember, our saltwater one started out as red. He is now kind of pink. He started out at 2 centimeters long, and you can see that he did not change in size. He stayed as 2 centimeters. So on our paper, we're going to put that he stayed at 2 centimeters and that he turned pink. Our next one is lemon juice. It's hard to see that yellow one down in the lemon juice. I can feel him though. Oh, he is very much a blob. So this one grew from 2 to almost 4. So we're going to go ahead and write it down as 4. So he was 4 centimeters and he was a light yellow. But again, he was a blob. There was not really much shape to him left. The next one is vinegar, and the vinegar gummy bear was red. Oh, he is also a blob. But he did not grow as much. He only grew to 3 centimeters. So 3 centimeters. And he stayed red, but he was definitely a blob. The next one was Coke. And remember, he started out as orange. Ooh, I'm not even sure I want to touch that. I don't know if you can see that yet or not, but let me show you. See that? He looks kind of nasty. I'm going to pull him out. He's got lots of extra brownness added to him. Well, he started at 2 centimeters. He's about 3.5 centimeters. But see that brown coating? That's like algae on the top of the water, but it's on top of my gummy bear. So for the Coke, he was 3 centimeters. He held his shape really well. He definitely turned brown with slime is what I'm going to put, because he had a slime covering. And he kept his shape. He just got much, much bigger. And then the last one we had was Sprite. Sprite started out red. It's really weird because it looks like it's just a shadow of the gummy bear. He's down in there. Ooh, and he got bigger. And you can see that he is almost 4 centimeters. But he did keep his shape really well, and he's just a lighter red color. So I'm going to put 4 centimeters there, light red. And again, he kept his shape really well. He just got really, really big. Now that we have looked at what has happened with the gummy bears, we have to give evidence. So the evidence is, what scientific data supports your claim? Well, I know that in the beginning, the water gummy bear started at 2 centimeters and it ended at 4.5 centimeters. So was my claim correct? Yes, it was. But I can't say that I was correct yet. Right now, all I'm doing is giving the data that supports my claim. So I would say the gummy bear in water went from 2 centimeters to 4.5 centimeters. That's my data. I know that because it's on my chart. The last part is reasoning. Reasoning means, how can you tell it makes sense? How does your evidence, this, prove that your claim is true? So how can I prove that gummy bears in water get bigger by this? Well, I know that it's true because 4.5 is bigger than 2. So I would say, I know gummy bears get bigger in water because, that's an important word, 4.5 centimeters is bigger than 2 centimeters. Now, it may seem silly to restate what you learned up here, but let's pretend like my claim up here was that gummy bears in water will get smaller. Then, did my evidence prove that? No. I would then down here have to say,
I know gummy bears won't get smaller because 4.5 is bigger than 2.
so your claim is your guess. You may not always guess correctly, and that's okay, but you prove that by your evidence and how you know what makes sense in your reasoning. Okay, so go fill out the rest of your chart for what you filled out with your guess up here at the beginning. Okay, go do that now. Have a great day. Bye.